Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 100th year celebration of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. If you are in your homes right now, I need you to give us a round of applause for making this event happen, because today is a very special day for us. So go ahead and give yourself a round of applause, and I want you to be screaming so other people are like, what is going on in that house? Yes, we need to make some noise because this is truly an amazing day, and we're so glad you have joined us. My name is Lisa Wisner, and I am the founder of PowerUp.org, and I'm also the curator of your diversity, equity, and inclusion strategies for talent development. I am very excited because I have a guest host that I have brought in with me. And this person, I've known this person for a long time, but more important than that, this person is a public servant. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Megan Isasi. Megan is a public servant and a talent development professional whose mission is to grow and improve the city of Corpus Christi by developing its number one asset. And I'm sure you can guess what that is. It's its people. That's a tongue twister. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. It's people. Megan is widely known for her powerful messages of passion, perseverance, and purpose. Welcome to the celebration, Megan. Can we do a little high five, Megan? Can we practice this high five? Did we practice it? Woo! High fives, Megan. Woo! Welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm so excited to be here. And I know we have so many great things that are about to happen right now. But before we get into this amazingness, I just want to encourage everybody who's watching right now. I can see the comments coming and coming. And I just want to encourage them to share, make sure that you're inviting people to come and watch this. You do not want to miss what's about to happen. We have some incredible speakers today, people that you may not ever get to see again except for right here. So share, comment, and join in on the fun today, y'all.
That's right, Megan. I'm actually most excited because I know that there's people who literally told me, Lisa, we're so looking forward to this. I can't wait. And I saw fire emojis of excitement, oh my gosh, everyone's excited. So we're gonna get things started pretty swiftly, okay? Because we only have about an hour to make the celebration. So as a proud board member of the YWCA, oh my goodness, because I have been working with the YWCA for so long. As a proud board member of the Girl Scouts of Greater South Texas, I am very excited to introduce Camilla and Madison Longoria to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Megan, aren't those the cutest girls ever?
I think that was the best pledge ever. They should just be hired for everything from here on out.
I think so. And very much congratulations and kudos to Mom, Jennifer, for making that happen. So Mom is doing an amazing job with our girls, and we really and truly appreciate you. So now I'm going to introduce a very special person to us in our community. I'm going to bring her on and then read her introduction so that everybody can get to know her a little bit better. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Amy Aldridge Sanford, one of the planners of this event. And in fact, Megan, I just have to put it out there so everyone knows, this is the woman who has been wrangling everyone. You know, when you hear people are wrangling, right? They're bringing everybody in. This is the woman who makes things happen. And Dr. Amy, right? I call her Dr. Amy because I affectionately know her as that, is the immediate past president of YWCA Corpus Christi Board of Directors and a member of both AAUW and League of Women Voters. She has written extensively about suffragists and other activists in her book, from thought to action, developing a social justice orientation. She joins us from her office on the campus of Texas A&M University Corpus Christi, go Islanders, where she serves as the associate provost. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to my Dr. Amy.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And I like how we made you slip up and call yourself a member of the YWCA board.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how
my stuff.
It's coming. It's
I don't know
coming.
how our friends at the Girl Scouts feel about that, but we'll claim you over at the YWCA. Are we going to bring Yvonne in to give away some prizes, or are we ready to go to our first speaker?
We sure are. Let's go ahead and bring Yvonne in. And so, Yvonne, how are you doing today?
Looks like you're on mute, Yvonne.
Not on purpose.
Hi, Yvonne. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I want to tell you how excited we are because you are the person who is making this party happen. You have brought all the fun. You brought the trivia. You brought the polls. And I think we're ready to get started with that.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I thought I was going to get introduced. All righty. So we are going to have trivia and polls in the event today. And I just wanted to let you know that we're just really excited that everyone has tuned in. And we're going to get started by sharing with you that we're going to give away, we're going to have a poll. And we'd like for you to do that first. And we're going to give you the information right here that you need to go to the poll. That's the URL. And if you have a camera, camera phone, go ahead and point your camera toward the code, and the code will make the link appear on your phone. You just click on that link, take the poll right away. We're excited and want to hear all about some fun things about you, and we're just going to keep it interesting and keep it moving with the poll where we learn about our audience, some fun things about our audience.
Fantastic. So I guess, Yvonne, people need to go now and do that, right? So they need to.
Yes, so go ahead and do it now. And as people come in later, we're going to repeat this information. So if you didn't catch it now, you can catch it when we come back with it.
Fantastic. Okay, so are we moving on to the next portion of the fun, which is door prizes?
No. Okay, so we are going to have door prizes as well for the trivia questions. And the first door prize is going to be a tote bag from the AAUW and a gift certificate for $25 to the book Nick. So that is going to be the first prize given away.
Awesome. So it looks like it's a bag and it's a certificate to
Yes,
a book nook. And then are you gonna give the audience a question that they need to answer? That's kind of what we're gonna do, right? Okay. Yes. So let's see what the question is.
All right. So the first question that we have is, what year did the 19th Amendment become ratified? To win, you need to type your answer in the comments, and the first person with the correct answer will win this tote bag and the gift certificate. What year did the 19th Amendment become ratified?
Okay. So I guess so people need to type in the comments, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. And I guess this is a really great time to start to give some affirmation to people who are in the room right now. Thank you so much for being here. We have Leticia Wilson. We want to thank you so much for being here, wonderful woman. And we have so many amazing people who are already answering the poll. So Megan, are you going to be watching to find out who the winner is?
Lisa, if you haven't seen me already, I am like fast riding over here because they are blowing it up with answers. We got a smart crowd here, okay?
We sure do. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to really congratulate each and every single one of you for being here with us today. We're really new into this show. So if you want to be in this show right now, you need to hit the comments and you need to make sure that you are seen for being a part of this amazing celebration for women. And so, Yvonne, do you think that maybe we can have a speaker and then find out who the winners are?
Sure, that's next thing on the program.
Fantastic. Okay, so we'll see you in a little bit, Yvonne. Bye.
Bye.
I want to win those prizes.
I know.
I could use a $25 certificate to the Book Nook.
They're fast.
I know. And that bag looks so cool. It looks like it's like that 30. I think it's 31, or it's one of those brands that it's like there's like a million pockets, right? You got a pocket for everything. And now with all this masking, right? You got a pocket for your mask. So,
and Megan's right. You got a smart crowd. I mean, they're putting the day it happened, not just the year. I mean, they know their stuff. So we'll see who was the fastest here in a minute after we hear from our first speaker. It's a pretty special guest. I do want to just start before I introduce our first speaker and just say that I want to thank Yvonne and Megan and others behind the scenes tonight, including Lisa and Debbie Noble and many other people who are working hard from our sponsoring organizations. Lisa, I think you have a list of all those folks who've been working behind the scenes that we can share. While we are celebrating tonight, we don't want to ignore the people who are struggling tonight. So I just want to pause real quick and just take a moment to acknowledge our friends and families on the Texas and Louisiana border tonight in the community of Kenosha, Wisconsin. In good times and bad times, it is nice to lean on each other, and we really hope to have this celebration in person tonight. But when we couldn't, this seemed like the next best option. So we couldn't let the acknowledgement of the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment pass without a celebration. Our thanks to all of you who are tuning in tonight. We're watching the numbers. It's an impressive group numbers-wise. You're not only smart, there's a lot of you. And we know you're tuning in from your laptops, computers, your tablets, and your phones. And we know how much you're on those devices right now. So for you to spend another hour with us today doing that, we really appreciate it. And we know that we have people of all ages, sexes, genders, political affiliations, nationalities, ethnicity, races, ability statuses. And we're just really grateful for that. We're grateful to be together, even if it's virtually. And we recognize that not everyone was granted the right to vote in 1920. And tonight we celebrate that victory and all the victories that came after it that allowed access to the ballot box. So tonight we are honored to start our speeches by hearing from Texas's chief election officer. Could we get any more impressive? The chief election officer, our Secretary of State, Ruth Ruggiero Hughes, who is a special guest of the League of Women Voters of the Corpus Christi area, which is one of our sponsors. Secretary Hughes is a Corpus Christi native, and you can read all about her on a slide we'll provide here in a second with her information. As you can imagine, and you'll see here, she has very impressive credentials. And we hope that all you little girls who are tuning in tonight from across Texas will recognize that Ruth grew up right here. The secretary grew up right here in South Texas. So I'd like to turn this virtual stage over to the Secretary of State, Ruth Ruggiero Hughes. Welcome, Secretary.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanford, and thank you for that kind introduction. Yes, I did grow up in Corpus. I went to Ray High School. I won't tell you what year I graduated, but it remains a place near and dear to my heart. So I'm especially grateful to be spending the evening at this momentous occasion where we celebrate the 100th year with all of you this evening. Thank you for having me. I was really looking forward to having us meet in person, but the realities have made this the next best thing, and I hope that everyone is staying safe amidst the current circumstances. I also want to thank the League of Women Voters of Corpus Christi for this invitation to speak to all of you on this historic day. when the ratification of the 19th Amendment occurred. I think you already have a winner from the trivia, and I'll bet the fact that we're meeting today might be another good hint as far as the actual date, besides the year. But I also want to thank the sponsors, the YWACA, the Girl Scouts, and all of the tremendous groups that do so much for young women and for women leaders, and to really support and bolster opportunities for women. So thank you, all of you, for your sponsorship and your commitment to these important causes. As secretary, as mentioned, one of my key responsibilities includes serving as our state's chief elections officer. And I believe that our civic engagement is essential to our democracy. I know many of you do as well, probably all of you, I hope. We really need to ensure that all Texans are able to make their voices heard. Even in the midst of a pandemic, our democracy is something that cannot be sacrificed, and we're working very hard to ensure fair and secure elections this year. The ratification of the 19th Amendment occurred on August 18, 1920, when Tennessee became the 36th state to ratify the amendment. I especially love the part of the story that Harry T. Burns was the deciding vote in Tennessee, and he was influenced by his mother, who wrote him a letter telling him he should support the suffragist. Days later, on August 26, 1920, the amendment was formally certified, guaranteeing women the right to vote in federal elections. But what you may not know that is also very important is that Texas led the nation prior to the ratification of the 19th Amendment by passing legislation in 1918 that granted women the right to vote in primary elections and nominating contests. We were the first Southern state to ratify the 19th Amendment in 1919. As we celebrate and commemorate this historic anniversary, we must never forget the sacrifices of the women who came before us and who fought for our fundamental right to vote. Women across our state and our nation won a hard-fought battle for suffrage through their perseverance and their belief that the right to vote should not be abridged on the basis of gender. Today, I'm reminded of my predecessor, Jane McCullum, taking the liberty of taking her photograph from my conference room, but she served as the Texas Secretary of State from 1927 to 1933. 2 governors kept her on as secretary, and she earned the distinction as the longest serving Texas Secretary of State. She was a leading Texas suffragist and a former League leader who gave speeches and wrote articles in support of women's right to vote. She faithfully and dutifully served the state of Texas and helped to trailblaze a path for the women, including myself, who would follow her. Her contributions truly helped to make Texas a better place. When you are allowed to enter the Capitol again, it's closed now to the public, you will see her image in the hallways right before our office here near the rotunda, and you can read a little bit more about her when you find yourself in Austin. But that responsibility now falls to us as women to ensure that we honor the memory of those who came before and sacrificed so dearly to allow us to make our voices heard. The right to vote is our most sacred, and it is the bedrock upon which our democracy stands. I encourage all Texans to register to vote and make the necessary preparations to successfully cast their ballots in this fall's upcoming election. By doing so, you will add your voice to the conversation and help shape our state and our nation's future. You can learn more by visiting our state's official election website at votetexas.gov. There you will get up-to-date, accurate information that is trustworthy and is constantly being updated to make sure that you have accurate information. So please remember, votetexas.gov. So thank you all again for your attention this evening and for extending this invitation to me to speak to you on this historic day, and let's keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Hughes. And I've just got to say, because you can't see the chat right now, but people notice the yellow roses. They think that's a very nice touch. But also, there you go. But also, just people acknowledging what an inspiration you are to their daughters and granddaughters. So thank you, and thank you for being one of the women who continues to lead the fight to make sure people have access to vote. We really appreciate you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, you too. All right. Lisa, you coming back to see me?
I am. I was just so excited. I think part of this process is trying to work, right? Because this is kind of work to make this happen, but also hearing the words that were spoken today and then taking that in. And, for me personally, I feel like part of this opportunity is to make sure that people really truly understand the opportunities that are presented in front of them and see why it's so important to just take that one step to have your voice counted. You yourself, not everybody, right? Don't think about all the other people, your neighbors, are they going? It doesn't matter. Why it's important for you to have your voice heard. And so I'm bringing Megan in because I know Megan always her and I just kind of go back and forth on this because we really truly believe that everyone needs to own the opportunity to have their voice heard.
It's so true, Lisa. I think when I was putting this into perspective for myself today, I kept thinking about how maybe those women back in the day weren't necessarily fighting for themselves. They were fighting for us 100 years later. They were thinking about the future women who are going to get to revel in this opportunity to do these things. And so for me, I'm trying to put those glasses on and that hat on that those women had and think about the women from 100 years from now, from today, the girls, the women who are going to benefit from the moves that we're making now.
Yes, I love it. I love it. That is so true. Forward thinking. We have to think into the future. So, Megan, I think you're going to lead us into the next part because we have a very special guest who, by the way, is a Girl Scout, right?
Well,
Yes.
hold on, Lisa. Are we gonna hear about who won that AEW bag? And
Dr. Amy, I have to thank you so much because I keep forgetting that this is a party and this
I
party
know
is
we're gonna have a party.
And so let me bring on Yvonne to lead us into the poll. I think we actually have a poll that we need to look at, right, Yvonne?
Yes, but first we were going to see who won that first gift for the first question.
Fantastic.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so the first trivia question that we had was, what year did the 19th Amendment become ratified? And the answer is 1920. All right, so the person who got that right was Jennifer Ruiz Longoria. Jennifer, you're a winner. Congratulations. And please get in touch with me at the information that's going to be messaged to you so you can get your prizes. All right? Well, congratulations, Jennifer. So now we want to look at the poll. We have a poll going on, and we want to remind the ladies where they can see the poll so that they can participate just in case they haven't participated yet. Lisa, can you go to that slide so they can see where the poll is?
Yes, ma'am.
Participate?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So this is the location, and the URL is there. It's bit.ly. It's at the bit.ly 100-year poll. So you can go there, or you can just shoot your camera at the code, and the link will pop up and take you there, and you can take the poll and participate. And because we want to really make this interactive, ladies, all righty? We want to learn a little bit more about you, our audience, and so now we're going to look at some of the results of the very first question, and it really has to do with our demographics, like our ages, our age groups, and 40% is the highest attendee group between the ages of 51 and 70. And the next highest is our age group, 36 to 50. And so we do have some under 17, as well as 13% of the ladies being over the age of 70. So thank you so much for participating in that. And again, the question was, I am between the ages of, and you self-identified. So ladies, thank you for sharing your information. And now we'll go on to the next trivia question 2. You have the possibility of winning a YWCA tote and a gift card to Half Price Books for $25. So we hope you're ready to win, ladies. All right, get ready to listen to the question, because what we're going to do is we're going to look at who answered first. So the question is, did all women get the right to vote under the 19th Amendment? Type your answer in the comments to win. We'll see you back in a few minutes.
There's only 2 answers.
So we'll see you back in a few minutes.
Yes, thank you so much. These are really great questions, and I'm really excited that you pulled these together, and I look forward to seeing who the next winner is. Thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
All right. So, Megan, do you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yes, I'm so excited, Lisa. Our next speaker is a special guest of the Girl Scouts of Greater South Texas. Caitlin is a sophomore at Harlingen High School and has been a Girl Scout for 11 years, you all. Can you believe that? 11 years is a long time. This past year, she was leading the way in organizations such as Raven Club, Law Enforcement Club, National Junior Honor Society, and track and field. She is a busy girl. Today, she'll be speaking on Gen Z's attitude toward the 19th Amendment and how Girl Scouts is teaching young girls about their right to vote. Please help me in welcoming Miss Caitlin Tucker.
Hi, thank you. So I'm going to get started right away. First off, what is the 19th Amendment and why is it so important? So for the younger girls listening this evening, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution grants American women the right to vote, meaning that me and you, when we turn 18, have the chance to change history with our vote. During America's early history, women were denied some of the basic rights enjoyed by male citizens. Thought of as only second class, for example, married women couldn't own property and no female had the right to vote. Women were expected to focus on housework and motherhood, not politics. For many women, this wasn't enough. Women's right is the fight for the idea that women should have equal rights as men, including being able to vote and getting paid equally. By 1916, women had grown tired of waiting to gain voting rights. So they began to protest and picket in front of the White House. They wrote letters and made speeches to get paid equally. Now, generations later, Gen Z has the opportunity to make history. For those who are wondering, Gen Z is anybody born between 1995 and 2015. I think it's a known fact, but you can also research data that states that Generation Z embraces feminism as a positive thing. We demonstrate power of activism and, of course, utilize social media to the fullest. This generation has a chance to determine 2020 right now. With an election coming up, it's up to the new adults of our generation to step up, vote, and make a difference. As a 15-year-old, obviously, I'm not old enough to vote just yet. But how can my voice inspire and change history now? Just like the generations of women before me. I think to when I was in elementary school, when I was told I ran fast for a girl, or that I spoke up too much in class, or that I should dress more like a girl, whatever that meant. Those things made me take a step back and think. I want to be a role model for younger girls. I want to not be judged by my gender, but by my abilities. I want to run fast for an athlete, not for a girl. I want to be able to speak up in class and right wrongs. I want to dress with my feelings and my mood for the day. Girl Scouts really inspired the confidence in me. Girl Scouts introduced me to other strong girls as well. As a Daisy Girl Scout, I was always the youngest in my troop. Well, now as a senior Girl Scout, my past troop did graduate and I'm in a new troop now. But no matter where I meet a Girl Scout, whether it be in a new troop, an event, or even a camp, they've always been strong, smart, confident, and independent. As a quiet and timid Daisy, my older Girl Scout sisters really showed me what it was to stand up for myself and really say what was on my mind. That is the role model that I now want to be for younger Girl Scouts. I am proud to say that Girl Scouts has encouraged me to voice my opinion and learn about the rights of other women and their suffrages. Girl Scouts has introduced a suffrage centennial patch that gives girls in their troop a chance to explore the important history, and I'm excited to learn more about it with my Girl Scout sisters. Generations of women before us stood up, protested, wrote letters, argued, and fought for us to have a voice. No matter how old you are, you have a voice and a strong rally of girls and women behind you. So girls, I say this to you. Dare to be president, a doctor, a lawyer, pilot, CEO of your own company. Be whatever it is you want to be. Find passion in what you do and do not change for the world. Change the world yourself. Our voices only get louder and stronger with every generation.
Caitlin Tucker. Okay, I was caught off guard right now because I was writing some notes here of all the amazing things you said. And first of all, I have to commend you on the way you reflected, right? You said that, people would tell you, oh, you run fast for a girl, and you stopped to think about that. And you thought to yourself, no, I don't want to run fast for a girl. I want to run fast, period. And I think it's that kind of reflection that women from so long ago had for themselves when they were thinking about their rights and voting, and they stopped and they thought, no, if everyone else gets the right, I want the right too. And so I can already tell you, you're on the right track. Keep running even faster than everybody else. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We really appreciate you and all your words of wisdom at such a young age.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Yes, Megan, I have to echo that. I really did feel like I was pulling the tears back. Caitlin, you did an amazing job. And I'm sure that the women who are watching today really did feel the energy that you projected. Now, Caitlin, are you going to stay with us for the fun? Because we have a trivia and a poll coming up. Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So you stay with us. So I brought Yvonne English to help us to move into the next portion of this. So Yvonne, we asked our audience a question, right?
Yes, our first trivia question. Well, we already answered the first one. Our second trivia question was, did all women get the right to vote under the 19th Amendment? And the prizes will be a tote bag from the YWCA, along with a $25 gift card that they have donated as a sponsor. But the gift card is from Half Price Books. So we're thankful to the YWCA for giving us this donation. And the answer is no. Yeah, this is Amy shared with us. No, not all women were included to get the right to vote in the 19th Amendment. However, there were acts that followed that did include all women of color, and so all women who have different things that might be considered barriers to voting. And so we're not going to answer our question because we have another one further up about that. So the answer is no. And our winner is Linda Snyder. Let's hear it for Linda. All right.
Hey, Linda.
You were number one. You were
Congratulations.
You were quick to the draw on that. So congratulations to you.
I wanted to tag in Dr. Amy to just give us a little bit of context, because I think it took a few more years before we really had all women having the right to vote, correct?
Yeah, we just don't want to give away the answer because that's one of the questions.
Yeah, I'm going to take Yvonne's lead on that. She's right. We got a question coming up, and I want to get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think we have an opportunity for the person to check their messages, right, Megan?
Yes, we have our team behind the scenes who is messaging everybody who has those fast fingers.
All right. So,
congratulations.
Linda Snyder, be sure and check in with your messages so you can get in touch with me. All righty. So next thing we're going to do is look at the polls again. Thank you, ladies, for participating in the poll. This is a fun part. We want to be interactive, and so we want you to go to this URL at bit.ly 100-year poll, or go ahead and shoot your camera at that code so you can get there quicker. All right, ladies, thank you for all of you who have participated so far. We're so grateful to you, and you're really, really rocking. So our poll shows on the next question, which is, the next question was, okay, let me go back here. So I'm sorry about that. Let me get on the next question. Let's get here. And we are seeing that 77.6% of you vote every time. This is about your frequency of voting. Wow, ladies, you're on the ball. Let's give them a hand. Woo! We got 77% of you who are voting every time. That is wonderful. And the next level is 12% are saying they vote more often than not. 8.6 saying they've never voted. And those ladies, you ladies, we really want to help you to be able to vote. If you haven't voted, we want to help you. So thank you so much, ladies, for participating in that poll. We are really, really excited to hear that y'all are out there voting all the time. So now going back to the trivia, let's go to the next trivia question. All right. We are and the gift is going to be from Made in Corpus Christi, and the gift consists of a candle, some jelly, some soap, and some decals, and a keychain. So those are really neat little gifts. They're all going to come to you in a box. So thank you, Made in Corpus Christi. Thank you, Nikki. We're really thankful for that gift. Thank you so much for being a sponsor. So the next question to be answered is name a female leader from the U.S. women's suffrage movement. Name a female leader from the U.S. women's suffrage movement. To win, type your answer in the comments area. We'll be looking to see who gets the first name in there. All right. Thank you. We'll be back in just a few minutes with our trivia and our polls.
Those are some really great questions, and I'm most excited because man, we have some pretty smart people here. So I think we kind of already have winners before. As soon as we ask the question, there's a winner right away.
All right, way to go, ladies.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm going to lead us into just a short break. And as we go into the break, I just want to let you know that we have some amazing merchandise that some of us are wearing today. And we couldn't be more grateful to have a person called Nikki Riojas, who is part of our community. And so with that, I just want to let you all know that at Made in Corpus Christi, there is a store that has been set up, and it has merchandise from the 100th celebration. So all the merchandise for the 100th celebration, including yard signs and whatever else that you may want. I have my mask here that I could be sporting, and my suffragist hat, and I'm pretty sure later everybody will be wearing their suffragist hats. Go ahead, watch this video, and learn a little bit more about Made in Corpus Christi.
Hi everyone, my name is Nikki Riojas and I am the owner of Made in Corpus Christi, and we're so excited to be able to be partnering with this group and organizations on the custom merchandise that we have been selling for the last probably 1 to 2 weeks or so. I wanted to give you a quick rundown of where you can go to purchase if you haven't already. You can go to our website at madeincorpuschristi.com/100 years, and if you hit that, you'll go to this exclusive page here. So we have everything from t-shirts and tanks to masks, hats, decals, you name it, we've got it, in a variety of different colors. Everything is locally produced, everything is locally made, and thank you very much to everyone who has already purchased. We've seen a lot of success already with this program, and we're hoping to keep it going all year long. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. You got your stuff? You got your stuff? I got my suffragist hat. I was wearing my shirt earlier, and so, but I got my mask. We're all excited. Okay, so now you know that we've been shopping at Made in Corpus Christi. So we really encourage you to get your suffragist outfits, right? So get outfitted so that you're ready. And actually, I'm most excited because we are making plans, right, Megan? I think I heard something, right, Megan?
Yeah, I mean, you heard right, Lisa. Plans are being made.
Plans are being made for next year. So I really do want to invite Dr. Amy to tell us just a little bit about what plans we have, because I know for a fact that this celebration was supposed to be in person, right? So we're all supposed to be cheering. So what do we have planned, Dr. Amy? What do we have planned?
So as we all know, we in Corpus Christi, we are survivors and we make the best out of everything. So yes, we're meeting virtually this year, and we are planning 101st celebration that will be in person. So proceeds from the merchandise you just saw will go to the 101st celebration event. So a portion of that will go to the 101st celebration. And we also have this other opportunity that we want to share with everybody, which is the Centennial Club. And so if you go to that QR code there on your screen right now, we like those QR codes around here. Me and Yvonne do anyway. If you scan that QR code, you'll go to a donation page that will allow you to become a part of the Centennial Club. And to join, you have to make a donation of at least $101. You'll see that word has already gotten out. And it will not surprise you to see many of those names that have already donated in the early bird donors. These are people who are always so supportive of things in our community. So I want to thank them for doing that. And the first 100 people who go and make that 101 donation will be a member of the Centennial Club, and they'll be recognized at next year's event. Our goal is to make next year's event a huge community celebration, hopefully where we will not be masked, we will not be social distance, we'll be hugging and shaking hands, and we'll really get to celebrate next year in person, and we can't wait to see everybody there. It'll be about this time next year.
Fantastic. So if you haven't done so already, scan that code and become part of the 101 Club. That just sounds fun. It just sounds fun. Like a lot of fun to be part of that. And I want to bring somebody back in who's all about the fun, right? So we have an amazing person who is with us. And I think, and I apologize, I brought the next speaker's slide on, but I know that Yvonne, you're going to be introducing our next speaker, right?
Yes, I am. And I am so happy and excited to introduce her because she is my sorority sister. Yes, it's Coretta Graham. She has been an attorney for over 20 years, and her practice includes criminal law, family law, and probate law. So our Graham is a true trailblazer. She volunteers for several organizations, including Junior League of Corpus Christi, the Corpus Christi Black Chamber of Commerce, American Red Cross, NAACP, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and since 2018, serving as the first African American Democratic Party chair of Nueces County. Help me to welcome Thurgood Marshall School of Law alumni, my soror and member of the Divine Nine, Coretta Graham. Welcome, Coretta. So glad to have you.
Welcome. Thank you for having me this evening.
Yes. Excited to hear what you have to share today.
Well, basically, I am here to share a little bit about the Black women that were part of the suffrage. We know that today is a special day, the 100th anniversary of the certification of the 19th Amendment. And we know that the amendment didn't come without a fight. And so Black women were definitely a part of the fight. You have people like Sojourner Truth, a charismatic speaker and preacher who didn't read or write, but she was a staunch supporter of the women's suffrage movement, and she would always go and speak at anti-slavery conventions. You had Nina Helen Burroughs, an educator turned activist who would organize women in her Women's National Baptist Convention about the right to vote. She helped establish the National Association of Colored Women in 1896 and the National Training School for Women and Girls in 1909. You have people like Ida B. Wells. You've heard that name. She worked with her fellow sisters, fellow women suffragettes, to found the Alpha Suffrage Club in Illinois, the first suffrage group for Black women. They canvassed neighborhoods. They would help get Chicago's first Black alderman elected. And in 1913, she, along with members of our illustrious sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, marched in that big march for suffragettes in Washington, D.C. in 1913. We know that although the 19th Amendment passed, no Black women gained the vote that year, and we know why. There were poll tax, Jim Crow laws, there were literacy tests, and so Black women had to continue the fight. You had Fannie Williams, who is a teacher turned organizer, in St. Louis, Missouri, set up a suffrage school. At the city's first Black YWCA, the Phyllis Wheatley branch. And there she taught women how to register, how to pay the poll tax, how to pass literacy tests, and any other obstacles or challenges that would be put in the way to prevent Black women from exercising their right to vote. You had Rosa Parks, and we've heard that name as the mother of the civil rights movement, who, because of her role in the Montgomery bus boycott, continued to work on voting rights that extended into civil rights. You had Fannie Lou Hamer, Miss I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Part of her famous speech. What people really don't know about Fannie Lou Hamer is that at 44, she found out for the first time that she could register and vote. So she got involved with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the same committee that the late, great Congressman John Lewis was involved in. And through that committee, she worked on educating people in Mississippi, fighting against Jim Crow laws and segregation, to educate people, especially women, about the right to vote. And in her 1964 Democratic National Convention speech, she set in motion a series of events that led to the 1965 passage of the landmark Voting Rights Act. So Black women have definitely been a part of the struggle before, during, and even today. And so we just want to continue to celebrate all women who have basically taken up the cause to protect the right to vote. And as a member of Delta Sigma Theta, I want to remind you that your vote is your voice, and you can make a difference. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you for giving us all that rich history of women, and especially a focus on our sisters, our Black women, with their efforts toward getting people voting. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your effort with us. We appreciate you so very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Love that sign. All right, go Delta. So,
and Coretta, I'm so excited because you got to stay with us for a little bit because we have so many people who are cheering you on. They're so excited. Let me go ahead and bring Megan into this too. So let's go ahead and just give some affirmations to the people who are putting comments in the chat. We really appreciate you being part of this amazing celebration. And yeah, and I think for me personally, it's all about just making sure that everybody had the opportunity to understand that today is a monumental day. And yes, we truly do believe that Coretta Graham delivered a great message in honor of our suffragists who made things happen beyond 1920. Thank you so much, Coretta.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We see you. We see you, Stephanie Rhodes. We see you out there, girl. Thank you. Yes.
I'll go for Stephanie's comment. But before we move any further, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the privilege of doing something that I should have done earlier, which is introducing you to our most esteemed trivia and poll. Can I call her a queen? Yes, I think she is the queen, the warrior, the slayer of the trivia, the poll, the party. Y'all know Yvonne English is a native of Corpus Christi, and she has made her career as a fundraiser and PR professional. She is a member of the Kingdom of Christ Community Singers, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Corpus Christi Alumni Chapter, and many other organizations in our community. And I had the privilege of working with Yvonne English when I was at the university, and also being supported by her while she was serving Texas A&M University Corpus Christi as the director of their alumni office. She is now retired, so we're very sad about that. Enjoying life. So thank you so much for being here with us and for leading us into these awesome questions. And I'm pretty sure everybody can just chime in and say, hasn't this been fun, everyone? Just let Yvonne know how much fun this has been.
A lot of fun doing it. So much fun doing it.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think, Coretta, can you stay with us for the next poll question?
Sure.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into that.
All right, we're going to go back to our trivia question, where the gift is being sponsored by Made in Corpus Christi, and it consists of candle, jelly, soap, and decals, as well as keychains. So the question was, name a female leader from the U.S. women's suffrage movement. All you have to do is name one, but we have several that we have up here. We have several of the ladies' names here: Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and y'all can see them there. Alice Paul, Ida B. Wells, who Coretta mentioned, Mary Church Terrell, Lucretia Mott, Carrie Chapman Cox, Sojourner Truth, another mentioned, Lucy Stone, and many more. Even some men, but we're talking about women right now. All right. and Megan, help me out with what the winners. Do you remember what the winner's answer was? And I'm going to tell you who our winner is.
Yes,
and that is Dulce Castillo Cruz. So let's hear for Dulce Castillo Cruz. All right, Miss Cruz, you're a winner. So get in touch with me with the information that's been sent to you so that you can get your prize. Megan, do you remember which one she named?
Yes, it was Susan B. Anthony.
All right, Susan B. Anthony. All right, thank you so much. So we're going to go on now and go to our poll question. And this question was about describing yourself. And we had some fun descriptions, and looks like the one with 40% was the winner. And that description, self-description, was, I am a go-getter. And knowing that you're here today on our virtual event proves you're a go-getter because you're doing things virtually. So yay, go-getters. I love go-getters. All right, and the next one, believe it or not, was you think you're nerds. All right, but nerds, let me tell you, I love nerds. I love me somebody who's a nerd because they are smart. And it reminds me of the help. You're smart. Anyway, I'm not going to go to that. But you are very smart, and I like that. So that was our next highest one, along with Modern Maven and Social Butterfly being next. So we really want to tell you that we appreciate you describing yourself. And hey, between the nerds and the go-getters, we're going to get it done, ladies. We're going to get it done, right? All right.
Yep, that's right. Yvonne, you're so much fun. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
We're going to get it done. So we're going to go on to the trivia question now, the next trivia question. Okay. And it is, let's see what the next trivia question is. All right. It's going to be a gift given by our sorority. This is from Coretta and I, and it's a gift certificate for $50 to Amazon. That means you can buy anything you want as long as it costs $50 or less. So we're happy to have donated this on behalf of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Corpus Christi Alumni Chapter. So the next question is, name the president at the time of the 19th Amendment was ratified. Name the president at the time the 19th Amendment was ratified. We want to hear from you. Put your note and comment, and we'll see who the first person is with the correct answer. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for joining us today. And go ahead and answer the question. And Megan's going to be watching to find out who the fastest fingers are. So answer very quickly. I'm pretty sure people are on Google right now. Oh, they're asking Siri. Oh, they're asking Alexa. Oh, whoever knows, right? If you enter their house, you could probably just ask my husband. He knows everything about history and social studies.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I have the privilege and the honor of introducing our next speaker. So part of my role here today is not only to help make this a smooth sailing event, but I really did want to have an opportunity to introduce one of our speakers because I really do believe community engagement and community activism is very important in our community. And so our fourth speaker is a special guest who I do not know intimately, and I look forward to getting to know her because she is a guest of the American Association of University Women Corpus Christi. After receiving her bachelor's degree in structural engineering from Purdue University, Janet Blanky spent 4 years designing bridges, then began a 32-year career with the IBM Corporation. Since her retirement a few years ago, she has been well known in our community working with the AAUW STEM Committee. Janet will give her perspective on the responsibility that women have to exercise the right to vote. And if you would just give me a brief moment, I need to bring her on here. And then I really just want to thank you so much for being here with us, because I think part of the opportunity to have Janet with us is to learn more about in Corpus Christi, right? How can you be active in the process, right, Janet?
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very excited to be here. I'm going to be quick because I know we're coming up against 7 o'clock, but today we're doing something really special, and we're celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment. 100 years seems like forever, doesn't it? But as I started to think about it, it really isn't. Is it a lifetime ago or more than a lifetime ago? I've always taken for granted that I can vote. It's only now at the 100-year anniversary that I've taken a step back and really thought about what this all means. My grandmother was 36 years old in 1920. For the first 36 years of her life, her opinions didn't matter when it came to electing people to run the country and make decisions for the citizens of the United States. Can you imagine? Can anybody on this celebration imagine that? I wonder what she thought when she finally got the right to vote. Sadly, I don't know the answer to that question. But what I do know is that on this day, 100 years ago, her rights as an American woman changed. And I bet that change was difficult. Maybe not for her, but for the people around her, because change is rarely easy. It's often quite unsettling, even when we know the change is something good. I know it took some time for society to get comfortable with the idea of women voting, having the same rights as men, at least when it came to voicing their opinion about leadership in this country. And here we are now, 100 years later, and we can't even remember a time when women couldn't vote. This was a huge and necessary step toward equality for women. However, I know you all know the fight for equality is not over. This is where we come in now in 2020. It's our turn. Caitlin mentioned that her generation is ready to do what needs to be done. We all need to continue this work for equality, for everybody, not just for us, but for everybody. We need to continue to work for what we know is right. What do we want this country to look like for our children, our grandchildren? What pains are we seeing and experiencing now that we don't want our children and grandchildren to have to endure? We hear people talk about being an activist. Everybody says you should be an activist, but what does that mean? It's a little frightening, that phrase, but truly being an activist is just someone who campaigns for some kind of social change. It can be as easy as protesting the closing of a neighborhood library or campaigning for equal rights for all. It can be as simple as writing to our state and U.S. representatives and senators to let them know our views on a topic of interest to us. Or it can be getting involved in a local organization that advocates for change. There are so many organizations that are sponsoring this event today that offer ways for you to get involved right now. I urge all of us to become an activist for positive social change. Do what you can. The country and the world will be a better place if we all do. Each of us can make a difference. Everybody's voice counts. Don't forget to exercise our most precious right on November 3rd. Vote. Remember that what we do now will echo through generations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. And I apologize, I put your slide up prematurely, but I wanted to make sure that I had it on there because I guess just because of the timing, I wasn't able to bring that slide up earlier. So thank you so much for being with us, Janet. We really do appreciate you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for including me.
Yes. And would you stay with us for the next poll question and trivia?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic. So I'm going to bring Yvonne so that she can start to lead us in it. Yvonne, are you ready?
Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
Actually, we have a really important speaker who actually would love to follow Janet. And if we could bring Miss Amy on to go ahead and introduce that next speaker, Miss Amy is so excited and eager to do that.
Oh, fantastic. Let me bring her on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let Miss Amy just take it away.
All right, everybody. As you can imagine, our speakers are very busy, and our opening and closing speakers both had multiple events today. And so we wanted to bring on the YWCA USA CEO, Alejandra Castillo, to share a few words with us before she's got to head out to her next event. She's not even finished for the night, and she's an hour ahead of us in a time zone. So let's go and bring on Alejandra.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amy Aldrich Sanford. I am so pleased. I'm excited. And as they say in my household, buenas noches. Es un placer estar con ustedes, particularmente en Corpus Christi. I just want to echo, I am just, Lisa and Megan, how much energy do you have? I love it. The fact that you can bring this virtual audience to their feet, I'm excited about it. But also the great discussions that we've already had. How amazing to have a Gen Z like Caitlin not only push us, but also give us perspective of what the future has installed for us at the leadership of Gen Zs like Caitlin. I also want to thank Coretta Graham, because the line of women who really spoke about and led the issue of inclusiveness. I want to bring to this forum Dr. Dorothy Height, also a Delta, who was paramount for the YWCA. It is thanks to Dr. Dorothy Height that today we have this mission statement of eliminating racism and empowering women. This is what we call at YWCA the one imperative. And as we commemorate the centennial of the right to vote, the women's right to vote, I'm glad that this conversation also reminds us that not all women received the right to vote in 1920, that the struggle had to continue for many more years. And I won't say until when, because I know that's one of your trivia questions, but to realize that when we feel as women that we have achieved a level of accomplishment or certain rights, there still is a much longer path that we must journey together. So a huge shout out to the organizations that we partner with as well. AAUW, League of Women Voters, the Girl Scouts. This work cannot be done alone. This work has to be done together. And I love some of the comments in the comment area, because someone said, I think Peggy Duran said, louder and stronger sounds good to me. I like that too, Peggy. To be louder and to be stronger together is incredibly important, particularly at this moment in time. But also Leticia Wilson commented and she said, our ceiling will be our future floor. I hope that's true, because there's so much work to do. And voting is not episodic. It's not a one time. So when the polling said that 76% of you vote, that's beautiful. But are you bringing along your tias and your uncles and your grandmothers and your neighbors and the people that surround you? We have to not only be the champions of this work, but bring our community together. And I love the trivia as well. How would we define ourselves? We are go-getters. We're a little nerdy too, but women are the go-getters. And to be the go-getter is a lot of responsibility. I want to thank YWCA of Corpus Christi, Nancy Wesson Dodd, who has been at the helm, the volunteers, the staff that put all this together. We have 204 YWCA associations across the country, and no YWCA is the same. But we all respond to the needs of our communities. This election is going to be a defining moment, not only for women, but for our community. And I hope not only that you will make it to the polls or request your absentee ballot or your mail-in ballot, but that you also are filling out your census, because that is going to be also monumental. We live with those numbers for 10 years, and there's always an undercount. So I can't thank you enough, Dr. Amy, if I may use this term as well, because I love the title of your book, From Thought to Action. And that's exactly what we need to do today. From thought to the action. Thank you for graciously inviting me to be part of this party. I'm sorry I have to jump to the next one, but I wish I could stay because I understand there's going to be a little bit of a dance party, and I'm a Caribbean American, so I know how to dance pretty well. So I hope we can continue the collaboration and the call to action. And to all the partners that are part of this event, thank you for trusting the YWCA and the work that we do every day. I send you my most humble gratitude.
Alejandra, before you jump off, and I know you have another event, but I just want you to know how proud we are of you as a YWCA community and how well you represent our work and our mission. So just thank you so much for making time for us.
You all make it easier for me. It's the work that you do at the ground level that helps me be able to talk about it and say it with great compassion, with great conviction and passion. So thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night and happy Women's Equality Day.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Thanks for letting us get in there. And I knew our audience would want to hear from Alejandra, and we were about to miss our window. So now we can finish up with the trivia, which I know people are waiting for. We still have a few more prizes to give out and a few more questions. And then we are going to stick around later for some Q&A if anyone has some questions they want to ask.
All right. So
yes,
thank you to Alejandra.
Can I just apologize because I think I gave away like the next question, which is really horrible that I did that. But because we went out of order. So for those of you who have fast eyes, you probably saw what the next question is. So I apologize for that.
Okay.
I think you're good, Lisa. I haven't seen anything in the chat, so I think we're safe.
Good. Nobody saw that.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look back at the last question and see what the last question was and see what our answer should be.
Okay.
So the gift again is being sponsored by Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Corpus Christi Alumni Chapter, and it's a gift certificate from Amazon for $50. So you can get whatever you like. And the question was name the president at the time the 19th Amendment was ratified. And the answer is Woodrow Wilson. The winner was Allison Frost. So let's hear it for Allison. Congratulations. You are the winner, Allison. Yeah. So we thank you for participating, everybody. We really, really thank you for participating. And now let's just show them where to go do the poll. I'm sure we've had some late comers, and they may want to participate in the poll as well. And so we have a couple more chances. So go there and answer all the questions now. You can see the code and the URL. So go there and you'll be able to participate, answer all the questions. And we are going to move to a question Alejandra mention something that is that our question addresses, and it addresses how you were going to impact voting this year. And so we have 46, almost 47% of you. Let's go, Lisa, let's go to the poll. Yeah, we have 47% of you almost who said that you're going to call your family and your friends and let them know about the poll, about the vote, and about going to vote. And then 23% of you said you're going to email your family and friends, whereas 26% of you said you're going to even give rides to people. So that is wonderful. Your impact is going to be great. Some of you, 26%, say you don't have any plans yet. But as you see these examples of what other people are doing, why don't you join them and do some of the same things? Just a little hint on how you can impact voting this year. Alrighty, so 46% said they're going to call their family and friends. And those are some of the things that you can do. So now we're going to move on to the next trivia question. And the next trivia question sponsor is the League of Women Voters. All right, League of Women Voters. Wonderful. Thank you. They're giving away the sashes, votes for women. And Lisa has hers. I don't have mine on. I need to go and get it. But anyway, Lisa has hers on. Megan and Amy. Oh, I should have mine on so I can match. I do have one though.
Just
So
pretend you have it on.
the League of Women Voters.
Blonde's gonna run out to her car and get her sash. She'll be right back.
I'll go in just a sec now. So anyway, and they're going to give away a yard sign, and that's a picture of the yard sign. A woman living here has registered to vote. All right, and so they're going to be giving away either a window decal or a yard sign, and they're going to also be giving away a 1-year membership to the League of Women Voters. And so those are the prizes that the league is sponsoring. If you are the first person who can name a legislative act that gave more women the right to vote after the 19th Amendment was ratified. So to win, type your answer in the comments area right now, and we're going to pick a winner. Name a legislative act that gave more women the right to vote after the 19th Amendment was ratified. All right, so thank you everybody for participating in that. And if you don't want to, if you want to answer that and then run over and take the poll right quick, that would be great. I'm going to get ready to look at the next question on the poll. And that one is a real fun one. And it's talking about at the beach, what we all do at the beach. We're going to look at that. And so this is just a fun question about what we do at the beach. And it looks like there's a tie here. The tie is between swimming and either running or walking along the beach. We're at 24%. And then we have 16%. There's a tie between sunbathing and reading. All right. So the least, and the next one is collecting shells, and the least favorite is camping out. Oh well, that leaves me. I like to camp out. But anyway, those are the results of that particular question. When I'm at the beach, I like to. And we see that y'all are real fun ladies because y'all like to walk or along the beach, run on the beach, or swim. And so you're the active group. That active group. Let's hear it for the active group. All right. All right. You go, ladies. Thank you for sharing that fun poll question. And now we're going to go back to our trivia and look at the sponsor one more time. That sponsor is the League of Women Voters, and they're giving away 2 sashes, a yard or window flag, and a 1-year membership to the League of Women Voters. And the question, once again, was for you to name a legislative act. These are the acts that you could have listed, and we are still waiting. Heather, Nessemeyer, you are the winner. Congratulations, Heather. You go, girl. All right.
Heather is my friend from very far away. She's from the northern part of the country, so I'm excited to bring her in like that.
Yeah.
And then also, I want to recognize my friend Leticia there on the screen wearing that sash. She's working it.
All right, Leticia. Very
Sash,
good.
working the sash. Love it.
All right. So congratulations, Heather, and just reach out to me to get that gift. All right. And so we're gonna look at the last poll question, and that one has to do with what you are going to do personally this fall about voting. Okay. This fall, you ladies are saying that you plan to vote during early voting at 59% won the most votes. All right. That's what I'm going to do. Vote early.
And Ivana, aren't we getting an extra week this year? Didn't the governor allow us one more week than we typically get?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure.
I think so. I think we went from 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's great because of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if you think of it, guys, you can do over a period of 3 weeks, choose your day, what you would do if you had that one day, November 3rd, that's one day. And you don't want to spend your whole day in line. And those lines are probably going to be long. You don't want to do that. So I totally agree with voting early because you have so many days, about 15 days to do what you're going to do, vote who you're going to vote for. Just wear your mask up, be safe, and it's better than having to squeeze it into one day on November 3rd. So,
Yvonne, your soror Coretta is telling us that we can start October 13th and do it for 3 weeks. And it includes weekends.
Thank you, Coretta. That October 13th, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you, Coretta. And
so I'm going to go ahead. And just because of time, I'm going to go ahead and add everybody back to our screen here so we can go into the next poll question with everyone at the party. Is that okay? Everybody at the party? And I don't know if Debbie Noble wants to join the party, but Debbie Noble, the door is open for you. So go ahead and join us. We're so excited. I have to tell you, behind the scenes, there were so many women that were making this event happen. So please know that as much as you're seeing the faces in front of you right now, you need to know that behind the scenes, and just like Dr. Amy said, we have so many amazing women who make things happen. And Dr. Amy, I have to spotlight you because you look pretty awesome. You look so cool in your hat for voting. It looks so amazing.
This is my election watch party hat. I brought it out early for you.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So I think now that we have everybody on, Coretta, welcome. Caitlin, welcome. Janet, welcome. We're so excited you're here. So now everyone's at the party. And then all of y'all who are watching right now, we're so excited that you're here right now. We have so many comments. It is truly amazing. I mean, Megan, can you see how many comments there are? I mean, I just never imagined we would have, I think at one point we had like 120 people watching. It's pretty amazing.
We had quite a large audience on Facebook, and then we had a really decent audience on YouTube as well. And so Facebook comments alone, we're almost near 500 comments. So they took it very seriously when we said like, share, tag, include everybody on the conversation.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so Yvonne, I'm going to go ahead and lead us into the next part, which is we have one more prize to give away before we do the dance party.
Yes, and we have one more prize. Can I just briefly mention that vote by mail and voting at the state voting station were the next two choices, and they were even on that last trivia question. So, on that last poll, that people are going to vote by mail or vote at the voting station. Those are the other two that tied for second. All right, so women, the Girl Scouts are giving away the next prize, and it's a beautiful Girl Scout scarf, a silk scarf. And so the question is, what date did the 19th Amendment become ratified? Type your answer in the comments area to win, ladies. And we are going to, while you are doing that and Megan is looking for the winner, we want to let you know about this last gift. Let's see, Megan, are you able to see anybody?
It's coming. It's coming.
The date that the
They typed it in earlier. I saw it. This is the date Tennessee ratified, to clarify.
Yeah.
Do we have a winner? Do we have a winner?
People are getting close, I think.
Oh,
the date that the 19th Amendment was ratified, the actual date.
I guess I get to watch the comments too. It has to be the date it was ratified, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the date it was ratified. I think we got a winner. We got a winner.
August 18th. Okay.
Stephanie Rhodes.
Stephanie, my sorority sister. Go, Stephanie. Go, Stephanie. All right. So, Stephanie, she knows how to get in touch with me. but we'll send you the information anyway about getting in touch with me about your gift. Congratulations, Stephanie. All right, now that blesses my heart that my sorority sister, another member of one of the Divine 911. Yay! All right, listen, we're going to make all of you winners. If you go ahead and shoot your phone at this code or go to this URL, we have a gift for every last one of you ladies. And that is, we are sending you information on absentee voting. And it has all the information there. It even has the form that you would submit, a link to it. But this is all the information. Now, you may not need it, but maybe someone or a friend of yours or a family member or someone may need that information, and you can share it, okay? So thank you all for participating in the poll and the trivia. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Lisa, you want to just share that? Thank you for coming. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, I am so excited. And I know that we've kind of gone over a little bit, but I'm sure everybody knew this was going to be a party. And you know how parties go. We just kind of go with the flow, right? We make things happen as we're going. So let's go ahead, everybody. We're going to do a little dance party before we end.
This is my dance party hat.
Let's go ahead and get started with the party. Woo! Let me find my party stuff.
All right.
She's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like here comes the news, give me all you got, don't hold back.
All right.
Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie.
Bring me down, bring me down, never feel take money, Bring me down, I said. Bring me down. Can't remember. Bring me down. Bring me down. Can't remember. Bring me down, I said.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I have to say, oh my goodness, y'all. That was so much fun. I feel like I got a workout. I don't know even what's going on. Like I got stuff all over me. It's crazy. My office is crazy right now, but that's the point, right? We were supposed to have a bunch of fun. So this is really fantastic. So I guess I just want to thank everybody for being here with us today. And I don't know, anybody got some closing remarks?
Just that I think it's important that we have this celebration so people can understand why we take the right to vote so seriously, because of the legacy of the women that have fought so hard to get the 19th Amendment ratified, and the women that continue to fight to make sure that every one of the states that existed at that time didn't put up a whole bunch of unnecessary roadblocks to prevent women from exercising their right to vote. So we have a legacy of activists that we stand on, and we just want to encourage everyone to don't take the right to vote for granted. It's been bought with blood, sweat, and tears. And we got so many amazing women that we have to think and that, you know, we can just be inspired by to encourage us to continue the fight.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Coretta. That was a very good closing. And we have Lois Huff, we have Nelda Martinez who's on there, but we also have Lois Huff who said, thank you, Coretta, for the reminder of why this day is important. And I have to give a shout out to our very own, I call her my mayor. I'm like, yeah, I know we have mayors right now, but she's our mayor, Nelda Martinez. We're so excited that you're here with us. We have Tanya, who said awesome evening. We have Catherine. We have Joyce. Joy. We have so many amazing people who are with us today. And so in closing, for those of y'all who want to stay for just a little bit longer, we have a special message from the YWCA.
Do you want to go first?
Who starts?
Why do you vote, Mama?
I vote because it's really important that my voice is heard.
It is a privilege that my great-grandmother and her mother did not have.
If I'm not voting, then no one's thinking about my issues.
Access to health care, police violence, immigration reform,
environmental issues,
access to affordable housing, gendered violence against women, queer, trans, and non-binary people of color.
All these policies personally affect me.
I am so inspired by this young, beautiful lady sitting next to me because she...
Is this video choppy for everybody? Were you guys able to watch it well?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I stopped it. I guess on my end, it's pretty choppy. So I probably need to get some people off Fortnite because that's what they're playing right now. So let me go ahead and start the video again. I really apologize about that.
Do you want to go first?
Who starts?
Why do you vote, Mama?
I vote because it's really important that my voice is heard.
It is a privilege that my great-grandmother and her mother and her mother did not have.
If I'm not voting, then no one's thinking about my issues.
Access to health care, police violence, immigration reform,
Environmental issues.
Access to affordable housing, gendered violence against women, queer, trans, and non-binary people of color.
All these policies personally affect me.
I am so inspired by this young, beautiful lady sitting next to me because she is informed.
I look at women like her, and they were the ones who taught me to speak up for myself.
We're beginning to see that we do make a difference. Voting is the way to do it.
Every woman, please vote for yourself and for your sisters.
YWCA is on a mission to eliminate racism and empower women.
Tu voz, tu voto, tu futuro.
Your voice, your vote, your future.
Party.
It's a party.
That was good.
So did you guys actually see that? Because on my end, it was like
We saw it. It was a very
Yes, we
powerful
saw it.
night.
It was good.
it was a disco party on my end. Like it was not working. Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys got to watch that. And so, Dr. Amy, do you want to lead us in a closing remarks?
I thought you were gonna. I thought like you were going back to my Southern Baptist roots. We're gonna ask me to lead in prayer or something. I don't know.
Have a closing.
We had the offering.
That's right. I'll just tell you, it was a great night, and it's just really exciting. Is Megan gonna try to say? Oh, I thought maybe Megan was gonna move her lips, and I would just talk. My headband left a mark. It was just a really great night, and I'm so glad everyone tuned in. We saw a lot of our friends over there in the chat, belong to a lot of the sponsoring organizations, and we have such a great, powerful group of women in South Texas, and I think we just need to be really proud of that and continue to do the great things in our community we've done. And I will go through the chat at some point in the next couple of days and enjoy that, because I think there was a lot of things going on over there we couldn't enjoy because it was just so fast. But I'll look through there, and if you have any factual questions about suffrage you'd like to ask, feel free to put them there. We can play challenge Dr. Amy. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go to Coretta. Ask her.
I know we're way over time, so it doesn't look like there was any questions. It's mostly things like appreciation and gratitude and amens for an amazing event. So we really do thank you all so much for being part of our event today. So with that, I think we're ready to sign off and go and celebrate with our family. My little guy's over here with me, so I'm going to be helping them figure out maybe when they're ready to vote, how they're going to be able to make sure that they are making that decision to go to the polls.
Thank you to everyone on the screen right now. We just appreciate you all so much. And Caitlin, I can't imagine being your age, coming into a group where you don't know any of us. And you volunteered to come do this for the Girl Scouts, and it's been a real delight to be a part of this.
Thank you.
Yes. And also thank you to Camilla and Madison for the pledge. That was really, really fantastic. They were supposed to be here with us live, but we decided to do it on video. So we want to thank them so much for their commitment.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night. And we'll see you at the 101st event next August. I look forward to it.
Centennial Club. We'll love you if you're part of the Centennial Club. All right.
Enjoy
Thank
it.
you, everybody.
I signed up for the Centennial Club.
Love working with you.
As I sign off. Bye.